Well, hi everybody. Sorry we're late. Once again, Jen's having some issues with her electronics. So you get me. Hi. Happy Tuesday, everyone. And for those of you who think that you might have missed it or that we didn't sign on, you're absolutely right. We're still late waiting for Jen. But it is 7:03 and it's time for the right stuff. Well, thanks for everyone who's joined me tonight. And Jen will sign on as soon as she can. We had what I thought was a pretty interesting show tonight. We're going to be talking about New York, which is now known as New Yikes. I'm sure everybody's seen what has been going on in the news. And I have to tell you, I've been down in South Carolina working on the condo down here for the past 10 weeks. And as I watch from a free state, as I watch what's going on in New York, I just, I shake my head. I can't believe what has happened to New York, but hopefully we are going to change that in November and maybe bring some sanity back to New York. But let's see who we have with us today. Jen is saying, let me in. Well, I would love to let you in, Jen, but you're not on the right, you're not in the right place, dear. You need to sign in to the podcast that's going on right now. I'm going to send you a link. How's that? That's very, very funny. Okay, so bear with me while I invite Jen to join the podcast. Hopefully we will get her in and life will be back to normal here. Give me a second. Okay, and off we go for, no. Hold on a sec. We just got to get this little link to Jen and we'll be able to let her in. Okay, so at any rate, while we're trying to get Jen up, why don't we start with this? I mean, in 2018, thanks to George Soros, we had the Senate went totally Democrat. So you have the New York State Senate and the New York State Assembly, both Democrat, and two of the policies that they adopted, in my opinion, the worst policies New York has ever had, is the late-term abortion and the end to cashless bail. And so now crime is skyrocketing and people are indifferent to life in general. So much so that look at what happened. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's say hello. This is Gloria is with us. Hi, Gloria. Good to have you with us, Gloria. So, life is so dangerous that even going to church is a problem. Watch this while I go and try and find Jen.
How many of you have lost your faith because you saw somebody else die what you about to go through? Yo. All right. All right. Yo, all right. Everybody stay still. Nobody move.
Sit down. Come on, hustle. Kevin, Nico, go. Oh God, please, Nico.
Hi, Jen.
I can't hear anything now for the videos.
Oh no, I don't know what's going on. We have a big issue here. Well, anyway, Jen, that was Bishop Lamore Whitehead. That was his church, and it was live streamed on Sunday. And 3 thugs came in with guns, as you might have seen with the video, and they robbed him and his wife of, he says, $1 million worth of jewelry. And it was all captured on live stream. I don't know if they were caught or not. Gloria says, bold as shit. They know they can get away with everything, and they can. So I'm not going to question why he was wearing $1 million of jewelry to church, but he was.
Sure, he wasn't.
Well, maybe it was for insurance purposes. So, going to church, you're not safe. I mean, you saw that, that was terrifying. He had a gun, and the best was it was being live streamed. So people were watching from home, and this is what they saw. They thought that maybe they changed the channel accidentally and we're in a crime saga. But so church isn't safe, and neither are political rallies. Jen, did you hear about Lee Zeldin, the Republican candidate?
I can't hear anything, so it doesn't really matter. I didn't hear about Lee. I can't hear you.
Yeah, you can't hear anything.
Don't worry, I'll just sit here.
Well, that's not going to help. That doesn't do anything.
I'll figure it out.
Well, we'll figure it out. Well, I'd like to show our viewers Lee Zeldin. He was at a political rally giving a speech. Lee is a congressman from Long Island. And, well, I'm not going to describe it. I'll just show it to you.
There's only one option.
What is he doing? You're done. You're done. You're done.
Whoa! Whoa! Got a gun. Got a gun. Get out. You okay? This arm right here. He ain't going nowhere. Great. All right, ready? On the ground. On the ground. On the ground. On the ground. Keep his face up. Face up. Face up. No one on his neck. Stay on the ground. Turn him over. Relax. Relax. You guys are good. Everybody okay? You?
I knew you had it.
You got some reading glasses?
You have a person who is saying you're done. He repeated that. He's lunging at me with this weapon with the 2 daggers coming out of it, similar to brass knuckles. He is charged with a violent felony, and he is instantly released back on the street because of New York's cashless bail laws. I saw it coming. I wish it wasn't this way, and we keep hearing too many of these stories.
Well, I can watch it from my computer and then mute it because that works, and then come here. This is like the most ghetto podcast ever. I cut my work day. I missed the Mets-Yankees Subway Series, and I could have been sitting in a seat right now for this shit.
Well, I'm sure that our ones and viewers really appreciate it.
They're watching the game. Let's go Mets.
So did you see our friend Allison Esposito tackle that guy by the legs? I mean, she was the one that actually got him. She's running for lieutenant governor, for anybody that doesn't know. I think that is amazing to me that this could happen, and that he could get let out that same day. Fortunately, the feds came and got him because he's a member of Congress, and you can't attack a member of Congress. But so Wait, Gloria has a comment about the robbery at the church. She said that the bishop drove to church in his Rolls Royce. Wonder where he got all the money. Well, I guess the money comes from
Those baskets that go around.
the basket. There's a series, I think it's on Netflix, about the church, and it seems like a lot of these reverends are very wealthy, and apparently the criminals know it. So that's the next smash and grab is at church. Why not? Chris Cuddy. Hey, Chris. Chris says, don't worry. Spoiler alert. Mets lose. Ooh.
No.
Well, I guess Chris is a Yankees fan. So here's the thing. Jen, watch the next video because this is what really has me scratching my head. So Zeldin gets attacked on stage for real. And the guy that attacks him doesn't go to jail. Well, gets arrested and then gets let out. But right now, there are investigations going on around January 6th where they're trying to hang Trump for instigating pretend attacks on members of Congress because no members of Congress got attacked in January 6th. And guess what? Guess who instigated her followers to go to this rally? Kathy Hochul. Watch this.
Video of New York's GOP candidate for governor under attack at a campaign event elicited a quick response from his opponent, Kathy Hochul, Thursday night. Governor Hochul tweeting, relieved to hear Congressman Zeldin was not injured and that the suspect is in custody. I condemn this violent behavior. But soon after, Hochul came under fire for a message from her campaign sent out the same day. A media advisory described as a spoof of Zeldin's public schedule, with times and a location denouncing Zeldin's position on abortion and gun rights.
Her campaign clearly thought that they were comedians yesterday and put out a very hateful spoof of Congressman Zeldin's rally schedule.
A charged New York Republican Chairman Nick Langworthy calling on Hochul for a public apology.
This was directly on her letterhead from her spokesman, and they were trying to walk it back last night. They don't get to walk this back. Kathy Hochul owes people a hell of a lot more than an apology. She owns part of this.
Yeah. It's not new. No one's going to do anything.
Well, so why isn't she being why isn't she being impeached? Because she actually did send out, a press release that she's saying is a spoof, but telling people where the rallies were and telling people that he's a MAGA and he's a Trump follower and he's a denier of the election and blah, 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 blah. And we get a real attack on a member of Congress.
Well, how come Antifa? Listen, when Antifa attacked me and attacked Dion and attacked Will and threw eggs at the mayor, nothing happened. But they were out there attacking, publicly listing, putting it out there that they were going to do it, where they were going to be, who they were going to attack, and nobody did anything.
Wow.
And it's on video on their own website. They posted it when they attacked the three of us.
Yep.
Put it up. Made it
but
public.
You're not a member of Congress, right? I mean, so look.
But it's still violence. My hair is ripped off out of my head.
Well, it's New York. I mean, it doesn't matter. Apparently, it only matters if you're a Democrat and you get attacked.
Exactly.
As Angela Ricketts says, why does her site post all of the location of Zeldin's campaign? And Angela, to me, that is. We have AOC saying that she was almost raped and murdered on January 6th. And we all know that was bullshit. And no member of Congress was harmed or hurt or threatened at all on January 6th. But yet we have people languishing in jail for 18 months without a trial yet, without charges being pressed for being being there in the Capitol. But this is a guy that actually did attack with a weapon a member of Congress, and he got let out. And now rightly so, the feds have him. But why did Kathy Hochul and the New York justice system not hold this guy when it was clear. I mean, again, everyone saw it. They were there, they saw it. So it just shows you the hypocrisy of what's happened in New Yikes, because it's not a free state anymore. But the one thing is that the Republican Senate members ought to move to impeach Hochul. They should be doing to Hochul what Congress
No,
did.
but we have better things to do and spend our money on. We don't do that. We don't run around impeaching everybody.
Well, listen, they should bring her up on charges for this, and I think that we're going to see the Senate Republicans start to move in that direction. At least I hope so. Anyway, so the loony libs, are setting robbers free and setting, it seems like hell has been unleashed on New York. So much so that we even have great white sharks now in our waters. Watch this, Jen. You're going to love it.
Long Island, New York has seen its fair share of sharks and shark bites over the summer, but take a look at this. A 7 to 8 foot great white that appears to have just washed up on the beach in Suffolk County this morning. Experts are hoping to figure out exactly how the shark died. At least 4 people, by the way, have been bitten by sharks in that area over the past few weeks.
First of all, sharks have been around forever. It's not new. It's like the summer's here and everyone's like, it's so hot. You lived this way 9 months ago. It happens every year. You get hot, and this is all. It's so hot. Yes, I know it's hot. The sharks are all around. As long as people fish and they throw the bait in the water, and there's dead little fish, that they throw their bait, the sharks are going to come. That's it. That's the story. It's not global warming. It's not anything more than fishermen throw bait in the water, so they come to eat it.
Well, it's not only the bait. Well, the environmental.
Also, there's inflation in the sea. So they need to come here and get free food. It's like the border.
Well, the environmentalists will not allow, I don't remember the fish, a certain kind of fish to be caught in New York. And because of that, now we have an overabundance of them. And so the great white sharks are coming to feed on the fish that are now overpopulating the water. So this is what happens when you get your greenies involved in stuff. They overturn.
The best is, what I love? They closed off a part of Rockaway last week, just a part of it, because there were sharks everywhere. But that part was closed, and the surrounding area was open because sharks know not to leave that area that they closed down. Now it's all closed. It took a week, few weeks.
It's like the deer crossing.
It's like the COVID. 10 o'clock. That's it. It's coming out. It's going to get you. These sharks know parameters.
It's like the deer crossing. Why do they put deer crossings on the busy highway? Why don't they put them somewhere? Angela Rucka, we're gonna need a bigger boat. Yep, that's right. Dun 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 dun.
Did you see the orca whale today?
No.
That jumped out of the water and smashed its head into the little tiny fishing boat, and the whole thing capsized.
How'd I miss that? Lucille, our old G, says stay out of the ocean and go in the pool. That definitely. Lucille.
Unless you live at Irby.
Yeah, unless you live at Irby. What's going on at Irby, Jen?
Well, I'm still causing a ruckus. I got a little bored of it. There's no more homeless sleeping here. We do have crackheads outside making a home underneath one of the restaurants. But other than that, no one will talk to me anymore on staff. But all the tenants love me. So,
well, you just keep on doing your thing, my love. Angela Ruckus says that there was a bomb scare in Target today and a carjacking in Tottenville. Okay, so we got the crime is in full swing in Staten Island. Why not? Lucille says there are sharks in Irby Pool too. Yep.
Worse than sharks.
Well, so let's see. Let's see. The Governor Hochul addressed the state police, and just to show what a hypocrite she is, I want to play you her a little bit of her speech talking about how she supports the police. Hang on a second. Let's just see where that is. Right here. Okay, here we go.
So leadership matters. Before I do talk about some of my reflections, I do want to just acknowledge the collective pain that all of us feel as New Yorkers at the loss of one of our own. I'll be at the funeral very soon, I think on Monday. Anthony Mazurkowitz, father, 29-year veteran of the Rochester Police Force, who was just simply doing his job. And when you get that call, and all of you have experienced this, that one of our own has gone down in the line of duty, it is it's a reminder of the fragility of life and the sacrifices that all of you are willing to make and your families are willing to make when you put on that uniform. And as the chiefs, I know that's something you also feel deeply when you lose one of your own. So I've been to far too many funerals of police officers across the state, and I will always continue to just call out, reject the violence. Those of you who are willing to sacrifice your lives to keep us safe deserve respect. You deserve our support, our vocal support, and that the era of denigrating our police has to be over, that we support you. We support you 100%.
What's wrong with her eyebrow? Like, bad Botox. Dr. Liederman.
Bad Botox. Do you believe her? We support you. We support our police. Yeah, we support them.
Did you see that police officer in the subway?
That's coming up. It's coming up. I call on Kathy Hochul's speech.
That's 3 gallons of bullshit and a 2-gallon bucket.
They must wake up every morning, just eat shit out of the toilet and then go speak. It's like I've never in my life. I don't understand it.
Who's worse to look at, her or Kamala? Her. Jennifer just can't stand looking at her. Jen, but it's like what you just said about the ocean. They closed one section of the ocean because there were sharks. They think that if they say, if I'm standing in front of a bunch of police, I'll say I'm pro-police. And then if I'm standing in front of a bunch of libs, I'll say, oh no, defund the police. It's like, you can't, it's like videotape doesn't, videos don't.
They're like cats when cats go in the grass and they can't see you, but you can see everything of them. They figure they're so enamored with themselves that they figure everything that they say, you're going to hang on every word, and that's it. And don't question them either. I mean, I was going to play, we have too many clips tonight. We have 13. But I told you to cut those down.
I know, especially now that you can't hear them. I was going to play Mayor Adams at a press conference where people were criticizing him for not taking care of homeless families enough. And he was losing it, man. He was so pissed off. How dare you call me, that we're not doing our job, blah, blah, blah. They're so righteous and they're so indignant, and they think they just, I'm going to show you why Adams thinks that, nobody should question him in a bit. But since Jen brought it up, let's see what happened in our subways a couple of days ago.
Officers say the team turned on them in a rage, and for several minutes, it was pandemonium in the 125th Street station. He can be seen throwing punches and landing punches as the officers struggle to arrest him. He will eventually be subdued and taken into custody. and then released within 24 hours without posting bail. MTA Chairman Janno Lieber.
I don't understand how the law would permit that guy to be released. When he has 2 priors, he's already out on the street to have him immediately released for that attack on a police officer, I don't get it. I know our riders don't get it.
Police officials say the officers were attacked after they spotted the teen jumping the turnstile with his girlfriend, that he lashed out at them after they told the couple to leave the subway station. One of 2 attacks on NYPD transit officers this past weekend.
Totally normal.
I don't know how anybody could go and ride the subways anymore. This is insanity. Absolute insanity. And he was let out. He was let out already.
And he was, before he had 2 priors, and one of them was with a loaded gun.
Right.
But it's okay. You know, do you have the Rikers one on tape?
No, I don't.
So a teenager who was at Rikers, I wonder why. He tried to hang himself, and the 4 officers waited 8 minutes until they stopped it from happening. So he lived, but now he has brain damage, the grandmother's saying. So they are all on leave, or they got moved or fired, whatever. But one of the Democrats came on to say that this is disgusting, how Rikers is, and people shouldn't have to live like this. But this is what happens. So, you know, like, you let these people out. They go through this. They don't even go through the system. There is no system to go through anymore at all. You know, they think it's because of Rikers. It's not because of Rikers. It's the courts they're not processing fast enough. They're not hearing things fast enough. So they're sitting in Rikers. It's overpopulated. You know, we're not even, so they're letting people out. So now the streets are like Rikers.
Yeah.
So we have to live like that, but they shouldn't live like that.
That's right. Well, I'm going to give a little bit of kudos to the mayor, because listen to what he says in response to what happened in the transit system.
Catch, release, repeat. Catch, release, repeat. This person was arrested for robbery a few days ago. Now he's back. Decides he's not going to pay his fare. The transit officer communicated with him. He decided that he was not going to leave the system. The transit officer could have arrested him for not paying his fare. He didn't do that. Told him to leave the system. In response, we saw in the video what happened. Just a total disregard for public safety, not only for public safety for that transit officer, but also for the person he robbed. This is what we are saying about what is happening in our criminal justice system. So yes, we're saying let's re-examine the bail laws in the area of violent offenders. Violent offenders. Robbery is a violent crime. So as soon as we catch them, the system releases them and they repeat the action. That is just, you know, that's when I say we're the laughing stock of the country. This is what I'm talking about.
This is what he speaks out of. That's all. He's just bend over and just talk out of that hole, because the one that you're speaking out of does shit. Your bell broke.
I know. Listen, when the mayor says that the city that he's governing and he's leading is the laughing stock of the nation, what hope do we have as citizens?
Zero. I thought, and I said it this morning, Jimmy, I was like, as a mayor, if I was mayor, I would take every day, I'd go to another neighborhood, ask people what needs to be fixed. You put it down in your little book. I'll take my book next to the assholes I draw and Kathy's eyebrows, and I'd write it down. And then you do something. Then you actually start to execute what is going on. You start with the smallest thing and you can work your way up. But no, he just talks, and then he goes to a party, and then he goes jet skiing, and then he hangs out with young girls. And that's it. That's his job as mayor. He's worse than de Blasio. At least de Blasio knew to get out of the congressional race.
At least we knew what we were getting with de Blasio, because with de Blasio, I mean, he told us he was going to wreck the city, and he did it. I mean, everybody believed him. Yeah, well, And then there were those that voted for him a second time so that he could wreck it some more. But Gloria says Dems think that we are all stupid. And right there is the heart, Gloria. That's the heart of what is going on. The loony libs think that everybody is stupid. You want
we are, because they keep voting them in.
Well, you know what? The thing is that everybody's packing up and fleeing, and who they're leaving behind are the loony libs, the people that are high, the people that have their hand out, that are waiting for government money, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. Jen, I just thought of how you could hear these videos better. When I'm about to play one, I'll tell you which one it is, and you can play it on your computer.
I could just press play on the show that's live on Facebook.
Oh, okay. All right. That's however it works for you is good.
But it's delayed, so I'm good.
Okay. Well, so when your own mayor says that your city that you're governing is a laughing stock, we have a problem. Then that means that taxpayers have absolutely we've got no hope. We got no hope because the mayor can't get it done. The Senate, thanks to George Soros, and those are, they are totally loony libs. The DAs are loony libs. And it feels to me like a crazy plot. I mean, the world's gone nuts. So Adams, he's decided that, and he's in a little bit of a box because New York is a right to shelter state, so we have to provide shelter to people. But he held a press conference about all of the people that are coming over the border and how they're coming to New York, and that we have to all share the pain. He says we all have to share the pain. So if you're a property owner in New York and even in Staten Island, this is what you have to look forward to, my friends, because just over the last couple of weeks, they had to house 3,000 homeless families who came over the border. And that's being done with your tax dollars. So watch this.
You talked a lot last week about the increased population coming into the homeless shelter system. What is the excess capacity like in that system? And can you talk about what are you doing to add beds and how many additional beds are needed?
Number one, this is an opportunity for New Yorkers to move away from not in my backyard. We all must share the crisis. We're looking at the potential of emergency shelters in hotels and other facilities. We want to get our faith-based community involved. If there was ever an all hands on deck moment, this is it. This is it. Our system was inundated with those who were seeking shelter because of the callousness of those other states that pushed them out. We're here, we're receiving them, and everyone is going to have to be on board. And we can't have the historical, I believe people should be housed, but just don't house them on my block. Everyone's block is going to be impacted by this.
I love how he has his name on his shirt. We know you're a douchebag. We know who you are.
It's for him to remember when he
gets beat down by somebody to be like, here.
Oh yeah. It's me. I'm the mayor. It's me.
Oh, I'm the guy that's supposed to do something. Oh, me?
What are you asking me to do it for?
Oh, my name's on my shirt.
Oh my God. So he's blaming other states. He says other states are callous because they don't want people who are coming here illegally to take up all the resources of the people that live in their state because they can't afford to pay more taxes, especially now with inflation. And he's calling them callous because they're trying to manage their budgets. Could you imagine that? Somebody trying to manage their budget.
But he wants everybody back at work to spend money in his overpriced stores and buy coffee and everything and keep everyone else in business that are getting their green cards so that we can suffer. And not get raises.
Well, again, he says one thing to one person, one thing to another. Such a simple solution, says Gloria. Shut the border. That's right. It is a simple. Put them on his block.
Everyone wants to come and live in this cesspool.
Put them on his block. Well, I highly recommend, if anybody wants to, you should listen to his press conference. It was 2 hours long. I just couldn't.
Of course it was.
About what he's going to do and how we all have to share the pain. No, the thing is, we don't have to share the pain. I'm in South Carolina, and guess what? They live on a budget. The streets are all paved. Everything is operational. Everything is working. Restaurants are open. Nobody's wearing masks. And oh, by the way, in all the press conferences this week, everybody was wearing masks.
And everyone has a gun.
Everybody has a gun. Well, now, so, he's so smug, and I finally heard why. And if you didn't listen closely, you might have missed it. He doesn't think that he was elected mayor. He thinks that a higher power made him mayor. Hold on.
The higher power of the assholes.
No, the higher power. Wait till you see this. Martin Lee, the two of you touching, and Jen is swift, coy, and brilliant and funny. A Yankee fan all my life. So, Jen, please, the Mets, ugh, la la. Martin, Martin. You don't mess with Jen's Mets.
I like the underdog, like New York City.
That's right. Well, yeah, New York City is really the underdog right now. All right, Jen, I'm going to play clip 9. It's Eric Adams telling us why and how he became mayor. Listen to this.
Every skill I've ever acquired is coming to play right now. From monkeypox to COVID to, asylum seekers. This is a moment where leadership matters. I think the creator knew we were going to have a difficult time, so she made sure I was mayor at this time.
I didn't even hear him.
He said the creator knew that we were going to have a difficult time, so she made sure that he was mayor at this time.
It was mom.
I'm pretty sure he was talking about God, but maybe. I think if it was his mom, he would have said my birthing person.
I was kidding.
He got the Kamala laugh. Yeah, he did. He's starting to laugh like the hyena VP, Gloria says. The both of you had the same take on it. Yeah. So if he was talking about his mom, it would have been a birthing person, Jen. He was talking about God, she, the creator. And then he went on to say about all of his 5 female deputy mayors that are all ahead of everything. So,
and we all have you noticed we don't see Keyshawn anywhere anymore?
Who?
Our commissioner.
Oh, of the cops, you mean?
She's never around.
She never. Well, he doesn't like her because
I
she
know.
was stealing the thunder. She was stealing.
I called it. I said, say goodbye to this woman because she's going to be gone very soon.
You did. You said it. Well, apparently, the creator, God, also wants New Yorkers to stay high and stupid. Let's just watch. Listen to this now. We have problems with people we can't pay for in homeless shelters. Listen to what he is dedicating millions of dollars to doing. Jen, if you want to watch, it's clip 10.
A cannabis hub where they're going to organize. Schumer's going to be up there and some other neighborhood groups, the Bronx Defenders, to help people with the licensing and application process.
Yes, we have a cannabis task force. And what we want to do is to show the opportunities that are available, help people with the licenses. We allocated a few $1 million through our small business services to really coordinate with all of those in this industry so that we can get it right. Because you can't have an illegal operation when there's a legal operation. And if you don't coordinate correctly, it's going to defeat the entire purpose.
Marijuana is legal. I have raw.
I did not know.
I have raw.
I am not aware, Mr. Mayor. I'm not into that scene.
I have bamboo.
Oh,
you
these
know,
are big.
And I can't give you this gift. I'll give it to you later, you know.
I found his God. I'm only kidding. I can't listen to him anymore. You got to stop putting him on because I want to punch him in his face.
But today's show is all about New York. So I put on all the New York stuff. So he's spending millions of taxpayer dollars. Okay, just in case anybody didn't catch it or it wasn't clear.
Because I did it.
All right. Well, because now Jen can't hear. She can't hear. She doesn't watch the news, and now she can't hear either. Lucille says, "Oh my God." Gloria says, "Take all the pot smokers out of Rikers and put them in business." That's exactly what he's doing. So we talked about this a while ago, Jen, that the cannabis industry, they're giving the first licenses to sell legal weed to people who have been put in jail for selling pot illegally.
Yes.
Okay, so now
they're entrepreneurs. They know what they're doing.
That's right.
They're seasoned veterans in the pot business.
So, he realized this might be a bad idea because they, running a business and selling it illegally,
being high.
So he put millions of taxpayer dollars through the small New York City Small Business Administration into helping these felons, these former felons, or these former addicts, or whatever. Or people that were arrested for selling illegally, to helping them set up their business properly so that they could make money. And then the mayor goes on Stephen Colbert with pot and rolling papers as a gift for Stephen Colbert. So this is what he wants America to see. This is what you get when you come to New York City. So think about this, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get all these criminals in here, whether they crossed the border illegally or they were selling pot illegally. We're going to spend millions of dollars in housing them, educating their kids, doing whatever they need, medical, all that stuff. And then we're going to spend millions more taxpayer dollars to teach them how to sell weed. Because, as he said correctly, you don't want a legal cannabis store on the same street where there's illegal drugs being sold, because they cancel each other.
Like you don't want legal guns where there's illegal guns. I'm serious.
And now we understand why citizens, law-abiding citizens, can't have guns anymore.
My face is so sunburned, I can't even smile. My lips are stuck. Like, that's how dry my
can't. Oh my God. April 15th, we should all boycott paying taxes.
We should do it now. I think
see what they do. Well, April 15th is tax day. I didn't pay my taxes last year. You know what I got? Usually the penalty is just a couple of $1,000. They smacked me with a $10,000 penalty. Because they have to pay for the illegals coming over the border. Yeah, I agree with you, Gloria. I do it.
Everybody, and I'll say it again. What is it? Sweden, the bridge toll. You ran it. They ran it. They didn't pay it, and it's gone.
Yeah.
What are they going to do? Put us in Rikers? There's no room. Apparently.
No, there's plenty of room. They emptied it out so that we could all go to Rikers. We, the law-abiding citizens, doing the one thing wrong because we're protesting, we'd go to jail. Well, we saw what happens when law-abiding citizens protest. January 6th, they were walking in between the velvet ropes, and they made it, and they all of a sudden it's insurrection. The pretend attack on AOC. Give me a break. But yeah, so this is our mayor. That's your tax dollars. New yikes. So, talk about high and stupid. I don't know if you saw. I'm going to describe it for Jen because she can't hear the clips and she didn't see
Do it
the
in sign language.
Yes, I'm. We need Tiffy. So a group of congressional staffers, okay, so they worked for Congress members, went into Chuck Schumer's office and staged a protest and got themselves arrested because they are worried that the earth is going to explode in 10 years, is going to die in 10 years because all of us greedy, gas guzzlers are just destroying the earth. And so these are the same people that push so that, that we couldn't fish in the ocean, and now we have sharks.
Calm down. It's going to take 32 years to put Wi-Fi in the subway.
Yeah.
The Earth's not going to explode.
So watch this. Now, I want you to know that I got this clip from a Looney Lib podcast because I just couldn't resist. Watch.
So this morning, a group of staffers staged a sit-in in Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer's office, a demonstration that did end in their mass arrest. So here they are. They've got a banner that says, "Keep negotiating, Chuck, climate policy now." When they spoke to the media, the staffers said this: "Look, we, the staffers of U.S. Congress, peacefully are sitting in on Senator Schumer's office to demand Dems pass climate justice policy this year. We see the impacts of climate crisis in our home communities and the constituencies we serve, and we refuse to be complicit in the enormous suffering and devastation around the world that will result from not passing climate justice policies this year. Our country is nearing the end of a 2-year window that represents a once-in-a-generation opportunity to pass transformative climate policy. We will not remain silent while we watch the environmental catastrophe unfold before our eyes. Greenland lost enough ice over 3 days to have put Manchin's home state of West Virginia under a foot of water. These climate disasters will have long-lasting impacts even when we are gone." So here they are getting arrested over that stance that they are taking, over sitting in Senator Schumer's office. And granted, this isn't an inside job from the GOP. This is not their staffers. These are Democratic staffers.
Yeah, and you know what their bosses said? They applauded them. They applauded them for doing it. So they're turning on Chuck. So even Chuck, as loony left as Chuck Schumer has gone, is not loony left enough for the loony lefties. So we've got a real problem here.
Did you see AOC? One of her progressives went against her the other day on Twitter.
No, tell us.
She, someone in her community said that she dissed them on a meeting for, I forget what it was about. I think medical something. And she didn't show up, canceled it. And another one in Senate, Jessica Simpson, I want to say Jessica Simpson. I know that's the celebrity, but someone's running for Senate. She's whatever. She went on to say that she's not even there in her own district ever.
She's never in the district because she wasn't elected to be in the district. She was handpicked. She was shaped. She was moneyed. They picked her. They groomed her. They created her.
She was part of the American Idol of Dem politics. That's exactly what it was. It was an American Idol audition.
That's right.
To become one of the, what is it?
Loony left.
No, not the Loony left. What's her little group called?
Oh, shit! Not the gang.
I know.
Not the gang. The squad. The squad with Ilhan Omar and Max Rose was one of them, and they were groomed by Soros's money.
Children. Yeah.
And so her job is not to do constituent services. Her job is to change the thinking of Americans.
Well, that's basically what they replied back. That's her job is a higher power. Whoever Adam's higher power is to preach her bullshit. So
Yeah, so Lucille says Chuck got shook up. Yeah, because he's already gone so far left. And it just goes to show you there's no appeasing the mob. You know, the woke mob cannot be appeased. You can't give them an inch. You can't change your principles and think that you're going to be accepted by them. You're not. They're going to turn on you. They're turning on Pelosi. They're turning on Schumer. They're turning on Biden. You know, you ask them. We had oh gosh, I forgot her name now. The congresswoman who was part of the BLM who got elected to Congress. They asked if Biden should run again, and she refused to answer. Same way as AOC refused to answer. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is not about serving your constituencies. These people were elected to change our government, and not for the better, to socialize America, and that's what they're doing. So, Jen, you know, the last clip you must watch. You have to watch it on your.
Well, I can watch it all. Doesn't I can't hear?
You got to hear it.
I'm kidding.
You
I
got to
will.
hear it. The last clip. All right, so the problem is that because of the gas, because of everything else, we have inflation, and they're all high, and they're all woke, and they're all got to be heard, and so they said that there were too many cows, and the cow farts were killing the environment, and so farmers and other states and countries try to reduce the cow population so that there wouldn't be as many farts and we wouldn't have the toxic noxious gas. And now the price of dairy is up, so when they get the munchies from the legal pot that they all marched for, they can't get ice cream and pizza. So I know this is going to upset you, Jen, but watch what's happening to the dairy industry.
Your Friday night out may look cheap and simple, like pizza and ice cream, but now a hike in dairy prices is forcing local owners to take the price you used to pay and raising it to compensate.
As of April of this year, we are up 40% for our dairy. Just looking at like making a bucket of vanilla ice cream, it's gone up $4 for one bucket of vanilla ice cream. We fly through buckets every day.
Dairy is the centerfold for ice cream shops like this, but also pizzerias like Lululo's.
One of my biggest costs is cheese. Obviously, it's a pizzeria.
And these high dairy prices are costly.
At one point, I believe we were paying over $125 a case.
Now both local small business owners find themselves having to take time away from their business,
Which is time consuming and it's a hassle.
just to find cheaper options.
I tried to look at other ways to save on costs.
Rather than pricing pizzas so high that I have to go out of business, I had to start looking for different suppliers.
And the reality is,
No one's going to pay $40 for a cheese pizza.
that's one of the biggest challenges, trying to keep the same quality and reasonable prices.
I've gone up about 50 cents, honestly. I had to. I just keep trying hard. I kind of refuse to fail.
Zarilli hasn't had to jack up her prices yet, but
unfortunately, they might have to.
I don't eat ice cream, but I eat pizza, so.
Well, Nancy Pelosi is going to be pissed. So, well, she pays for the premium ice cream anyway. Pelosi walked out when a reporter asked how her husband made so much money buying stocks beforehand. She said she didn't tell him anything. Yeah, I believe that. She made her money. He made his money the way the minister made his money, $1 million in jewelry. Yeah. Come on, people. We got to all wake up. It's crazy. Well, listen, cow farts cost now. If you want to stop the cows from farting, you're going to have a $40 cheese pizza. And if you want to stop the fishing, then you're going to have sharks in the ocean.
I bought milk the other day, and I made mashed potatoes with it, and it was not expired. It had another week and a half, and it curdled right in the thing. So cows have to fart. You can't stop them, obviously, because then they ruin your food.
The pharmaceutical companies are going to develop gas X for cows.
They have to let it out. Otherwise, it's going to go in your mashed potatoes. It was disgusting.
Oh, my God. Oh, cows have to fart. If we need a sound bite from this program, that's the sound bite. Cows have to fart, otherwise it goes in your mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
Chris Cuddy, what happened to you? You're not chatty tonight. So for anybody who has been typing on Jen's wall trying to get their comments read, just know that you shouldn't be watching on Jen's page.
Never.
Because she can't see the comments because she's always got problems with her computer. So watch it on my page. Look for Leticia Remauro for SI. Watch it there. We're going to actually develop a right stuff page eventually. Maybe when we get to 20 viewers at a time. Maybe when we move from 700 million to 699 million.
Whoa, you're dreaming big now.
And when we move up, Chris is stuck in traffic.
All the more reason for you to be talking to us.
I love that he's stuck in traffic, but he's still answering. It just goes to show you, even our tens and tens of viewers are dedicated. All right, Jen. So this clip is clip number 13. If you have your computer open, you have to play it. Okay. So for those who think that the police have it easy, I'm going to show you a woke, high, knows everything Generation Zer on an airplane arguing with the police who are going to take her off. And if this doesn't sum up, she's not necessarily from New York, but I just had to include this. If this doesn't sum up the direction America is headed in, no other clip does. And this is only a portion of the clip because it was about, 10 minutes long. Watch.
Okay. Hello.
We're going to take you off the aircraft.
Where'd you at? Yep, you're going to have to get off the aircraft, okay?
And you're at the, and I compliment you in that way.
She's a representative of the aircraft. They don't want you flying on their plane today, okay? So you're going to have to get off the aircraft.
They made us wait and wait and wait.
Yep, that's the way it is. But right now I'm going to need you.
And that's fine, and I will respect that.
Okay, so I'm going to need you to grab your bag and just step off the aircraft.
And I did not do anything, actually.
We'll talk about it outside.
Disruptive, besides speak my mind.
Okay.
And you know what? I live in America, and that's what fucking America's about.
Calm down.
No, you know
Listen
that.
to me. Grab your bag.
You know that. You know that.
Give me another unit on the plane, please.
If you are ever going to put your hands on
grab
me.
Your bag.
No, I will grab my bag. But you don't want to sit here and say what I'm saying to you.
Listen, no one's going to put their hands on you unless you have to.
You
grab
won't.
Your bag and just step off
you won't.
Okay, but I need you to get up.
No.
Okay.
You need me to get up? You may need me to get up, but you know what I feel my need to do as a person? Just like Jesus motherfucking Christ.
You need to calm down.
No, I'm going to do what I need to do. I'm going to say what I need to do. And if you're going to do whatever you feel you need to do to me, right? So I'm going to say what I have meant to say. No, to everybody.
Stand up.
You didn't have to do it like that. You didn't have to be like that.
Come with me.
I wasn't doing it.
Come with me.
No, man. This shit is fucked up and you are a part of this system. I didn't do anything wrong. I was
Let's go. This way. This way. We didn't have time to be funny.
Why are you doing that? You know you're fighting for a system that isn't just to you all. You do. You know that. You know that. You really do. And if you don't, then that's just fucked up. I'm like,
hey, have a seat. Watch your head. Yeah, it's been a lot of talk. I had to pull her off an aircraft, so I don't know how she's going to act now, but she's been chirping the whole time, so we'll see how it goes. All right, ready to step out? Are you going to comply with everybody?
No, with you two, yes. Not with you, because you're a liar.
Okay.
Hey. Can I stop you? My mother's a social worker, and you're about to, really, because you made eye contact with me before I ever got on that plane. You acknowledged the fact that you weren't wearing a mask. And then you got on the plane, and then you made eye contact with me, and then you manipulated the situation.
This pumpkin latte sucks, and I want to speak to your manager with my 4 dreads I'm trying to grow. 4 of them, I have 4 dreads. Do you know who my parents are?
My mom is a social worker.
Manager. Bra.
Gloria, shave your underarm. I can't. You've got to look up this clip on YouTube.
That's a Karen.
It's, oh my God. It's on the legal, I forget the site, legal and something is is body cam of
Karens.com. That's what it is.
It was hysterical. The clip was, it had to be 20 minutes long. It had to be a half hour. I don't know. She didn't stop. I mean, oh no, you won't. Oh no, you won't. I have to say what I have to say. She just kept going on and on. And I'm sorry.
They should have just took her mask that was hanging up and put it over her mouth. And called it a day.
But she couldn't. She said, "Don't you put hands on me." I mean, I cut that out. You're gonna put your hands on me? No, you're not. What gives you rights? Jen's gone. Well, anyway, I hope that you enjoyed the show. As always, we had problems with technicalities and digital stuff. That's just who we are. If you like us, watch us on Rumble. Even if you watched us on Facebook, go to Rumble. Give us a Rumble, subscribe. Yes, Pot's legal. She got hers. Absolutely, Lucille. That's the problem. This is the condition of our future generation. They are adamant. They think they know everything. They are drugged up, and they are disrespectful, and they are belligerent. And this is who is going to be caring for us in our old age. I mean, but that's the direction America is going in. And if we don't get out there and stop it,
what happened?
I don't even know. So, Jen, you got anything to add?
That's it.
That's it. All right. So
she's
next
frozen
week,
in time. Are we still on? I can't even. I don't know how to solve it. Yes.
I promise we're going to have our. I'm going to say that we're going to be in better shape technically, but
you're not saying anything because you're frozen.
No, I'm frozen. Okay. Well, bye everybody. See you next week.